Welcome back to the Let's Talk podcast, the podcast where we talk about, well, whatever the hell I feel like talking about at this point. Gustavo's back. Say hello.
Hello.
I know he was on the last one, which was a while ago at this point. Hold on. I don't even remember. When did I
Oh
do?
wow, like, you haven't done one since then?
No, I haven't done one since then.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's been a minute. Hold on, I'm trying to look. Sorry, bear with me. April. April 3rd. God, 2 months.
April.
Yep,
Felt like a lot longer.
I know. It does feel like it's been a lot longer. So, how you been? What's, life been swinging your way? I know you've
I've
been...
been good.
Y-
Can't complain.
yeah, me either. I mean, I know that you've been, streaming a lot more recently.
Yeah, I figured I'd get back into it a bit, get used to it again.
Yeah. Notice you've been doing a lot of, what was it, Sleeping Dogs and Subnautica? Those are like your two main ones that you're doing right now?
Yes, sir. I always end up going to where uh I should alternate it more often, but I always end up trying to play as much of a game as I can at first. And then I end up switching over to a different game once I get kind of bored of it or burnt out.
Yeah, I get that. I've been playing, I don't know if you've heard of it, but there's a game called Grounded. It's like a,
Yeah, I've heard of it.
yeah, like the survival kind of crafting thing, except you're like really tiny and your enemies are ants and spiders and shit.
Hmm.
There's even, stink bugs.
Oh, of course. Got plenty of those around here.
I know. Yeah, they suck in that game and in real life. Um, they are just all around horrible. But yeah, that's I've been pretty much doing gaming too. Also, I might be getting back into editing videos soon. I have the most recent bird gut one. It's just been sitting there, and I kind of took a break. If that wasn't already evident from my lack of uploading, because that's also probably been since about April that I stopped uploading. Other than my music thing that I uploaded, but other than that, haven't really been doing
Yeah,
anything.
you stopped uploading and I just started finally posting all of my VODs
I
on
know.
YouTube.
Yeah, we
So
flipped because you started uploading your VODs and then I stopped editing and making videos. But I might get back
I really
into it.
should get around to I
Yeah.
should get around to edit. My plan for now is just upload all the VODs, get them out publicly because some people prefer to just have unedited stuff and watch the whole VOD. And plus it'll give me a chance to I can re-download it in the future so that way I can actually make real videos out of them
Yeah, that's true. That's
and do
why
some editing to it.
right. That's like whenever I edit my VODs, I always download it from like a, cause since I also do it through Twitch, I download it through a
Yeah.
third party and then I edit it, and then whenever I'm done editing it, I put it up on the main channel, and then I have a VOD channel. That way, it's not all like bunched together or
What
whatever.
do you use to edit?
I use CapCut.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I use. They do have a web version of it, so that's nice. I
Yeah, edit. I may not start editing them yet, but I feel like I need to actually start going through some of the VOD stuff and just trimming some things out.
right. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. I haven't really been like doing the heavy like sound effects and shit like I used to, cuz it just took forever to try to do that.
I'm
So,
trying to. It gets hard at times because I get carried away with it, but and enveloped in the game. But now, because I first I wanted longish VODs, so that way when I go to edit in the future, I'll have more content to work with in one recording.
right.
But I feel like it's a lot easier to keep up with like to keep the energy up and stuff if I just make them a lot shorter, the streams a little bit shorter and stuff. That way, and plus like a half hour seems a lot more reasonable than like an hour and a half to 2 hour long VOD
Right.
for
Yeah.
people to watch. But unfortunately, that means that there may not be a whole lot of, there might be end up being a lot of stuff just in that 30 minutes I have to cut out.
Right. And it definitely takes longer to edit whenever it's a longer VOD. Like
Yeah.
that second spooky jump scare mansion video, the one with
Yeah.
where Bambi tried to eat me or whatever. I think that one ended up like
Mhm.
the actual video after I was done editing was about an hour or so, but the entire VOD was like a 3 hour VOD. So just, something to put into perspective of like you don't keep everything, obviously. And I didn't make it a two-parter because I didn't see the point in doing that. Because I already knew I was going to have to edit out a whole bunch of shit anyways, because a lot of it was repetitive, like trying to figure out how to get past certain parts and shit was the main thing
Is
that I
there a noise
was
coming in through my end?
a little bit.
Okay, yeah. I'm not sure. That's either the computer or it's the Xbox because the Xbox is loud when it's running in the background.
I'm not sure. It definitely sounds like a fan. I turned my
It's
pedestal fan, I guess it is, down because I didn't want it to be creating a whole lot of background noise. Although this mic is usually pretty good with that. It's pretty good with not.
let me hold on. Sorry, sorry about that. Let me. I usually prefer to keep it. Well, this will mess up or this might mess up a stream a little bit later on, but it'll be fine for now.
Uh,
Let me actually turn the Xbox off and see if it works.
oh, maybe because if it's on, then it might be the fan.
Yeah, because the fan is extremely loud. I know there are nights where I'm sleeping, and if I don't have the AC unit on, it will wake me up because it'll just, I don't know what determines it, but it just randomly decides to like, it doesn't officially turn on, but like it's doing something to it, I guess, to keep it up and running or something.
Yeah.
And so like a fan would just go off in the middle of the night, and it's just so loud.
Hmm. Alrighty. Well, unless if you have something else that you want to talk about real quick, figured we'll probably just jump straight in. So, before we hopped on here, I did say that I had two things that I wanted to do. I wanted to either do a discussion or another thing that I wanted to try. So, the discussion, I was either going to talk about the Switch 2, like that whole thing, because that's like a new thing that's come up. And then the other thing
Mhm.
was, have you ever heard of Reddit 5050?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I was gonna do that and see, like, try that for a podcast episode. But I'm gonna leave that up to you which one you want to do. Obviously the other one if you're a bit queasy.
Yeah, the other one's like, do I feel like being scarred right now, or
Yeah, right.
hmm,
Or discussing something. Like I
would
said,
you actually be recording it, like screen recording your thing?
oh yeah, I am. Because what I'm gonna
Man,
do,
you're gonna have to do. You'll probably have to do. You
yeah,
might have to do editing to it or something then.
oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to censor it because if I put it up on YouTube, it's gonna have to be censored. If we
Yeah.
do the 50-50, most definitely. Because what I did last time with the last episode was I took the recording, and I kept the video, and I transferred it to MP3, like I converted it, and then I did that for the
Mhm.
Spotify, and then I uploaded the video to YouTube for the podcast.
Gotcha.
So, and I'm also wondering if you can
Um,
do thumbnails on Spotify. I'm gonna have to look into that because I've noticed with Distractable, they seem to have the same thumbnails for Spotify and whenever they upload the podcast to the YouTube channel that they have for it. So I'm gonna have to look into that, because if I can, I'm totally gonna do that.
Yeah, so you should be able to, because I've seen different, because I do listen to like scary story podcasts. Well, I did a lot more a few years ago and stuff. And one of them, each like actual title for it and stuff, like at one point, each episode had its own little, um, what's it called again?
Thumbnail.
Yeah, the thumbnail. Each one had its own specific thumbnail that was specifically tailored for that one. So you should be able to, I think, change each individual one.
Yeah, I'll definitely look into it after we're done with this one. But anyways, which one would you prefer?
Hmm.
We could flip a coin.
I don't. I bear. Only somewhat know a little bit about stuff about the Switch 2 because I don't really I'm really not that too interested in it because I know I'm just not gonna buy it.
Yeah.
So I don't know a whole lot of facts about it and stuff.
Yeah.
But I would. I guess we can do the Reddit.
Alrighty. So, yes, anyone who's listening to this, if you don't know what Reddit 5050 is, you're about to find the fuck out. Basically, what it is you have a post, and it says 5050. You either get something SFW, which is, I think, stands for safe for work or suitable for work or something like that, or something that's not suitable. And it just basically means you can get something cute and fluffy or whatever that's, completely fine, or you also could get something completely fucking horrendous and disgusting. And that is what makes it interesting, is it's like you never know what you're gonna get. So, how did you want to do this? Did you want to do it simultaneously, like we both have it pulled up and then look at the same post, or I feel like that'd be interesting.
Um, what are you on? Because you might be able to just share your screen with me.
Oh, I'm on Reddit. I might be able to share my screen. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Yeah, you should be able on Discord to share screen, I think. Yeah, there's a button at the bottom.
Yeah.
By the way, so it was the Xbox fan that it was picking up. Here we go. Let's see.
I was gonna say if you're able to see it.
Yep.
All right.
30 FPS. Let's go.
Okay, so we're gonna go with
There are gamers that are vomiting over that.
best of. There should be top. Is there no detail? Sort by. Oh, here we go. Let's do this month. All right. This is already not looking so good, even through the spoiler. First one up is Red Velvet Cake or Arm During Surgery Open.
Oh, I'm looking at something.
It
Here
was
we
the
go.
arm.
Oh,
It was the arm.
oh dear.
Damn. Okay.
It looked kind of fake though.
Yeah, that does kind of look fake. Definitely still gonna have to censor it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Oh god. That was a great start to this. Okay. So basically, I guess we'll just do this until we cannot fucking stomach it anymore.
Okay.
Which might not be long, or it might
The
be.
video,
I don't
the
know.
video ends when we puke.
Yeah, it fucking ends when we are throwing up and pass out. Alright, the second one is a Giga Chad photo or a wounded man from World War II. God, both of those sound awful.
Let's go Giga Chad.
I'm gonna go with Giga
for
Chad.
sure.
Oh,
Well,
it was. That's not that bad. Still pretty gnarly, but
yeah, I'm still pretty bad.
still pretty bad. All
I think
right.
the worst part is just that I think nowadays you just get desensitized a bit to that stuff. So like your mind will just be like, oh, it's not real.
Yeah, I know.
And
Well, because
that's what
it's
allows you to stomach it. If you just convince yourself it's not real,
right.
then you'll be fine.
Yeah, especially with AI, because like AI makes it
Yeah,
so hard to believe
it's just
anything.
AI,
Right, it's just AI. All right.
especially nowadays. Have you seen the Bigfoot videos?
No, I've not.
Oh, dude, they're AI Bigfoot videos. They're actually really good.
Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Next one. Meat riding, whatever the fuck that means, and
I
extracted
don't
brain
know.
stem.
I don't. The only thing I can think of for meat riding is not going to be safe for work.
No, that's what I was thinking.
I don't.
Okay.
There
Oh.
we go.
Oh, okay. That's what it means. It's okay, so for anybody who's
He is riding that meat.
yeah, he's riding that meat. He's riding a sirloin. That's great. Okay, cool. All right. Next up, a delicious looking cupcake or an extremely decomposed corpse. Well,
Why is it so dark? What?
I know.
I don't like the way it's
Oh
colored. Oh
god, what
my.
the fuck is that? Oh, okay.
Is that decomposed or is it burnt?
That looks burnt. That is like, there's no way that's not burnt. Hmm.
I mean, it
Inter-
could technically still be decomposition, but I mean, I feel like
that's, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Anyways. Oh, brownies or Chernobyl victim. God damn, that is,
mm,
that is either way left or way right. Alright, well, let's hope it's brownies. That is an ass. I don't, a what?
yeah, like, are you supposed to like click on the image or something and make it bigger and then it shows more? That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's not that bad.
That's not that bad. I don't, yeah, I'm not,
Doesn't look as bad as what they could have happened to most of them.
right. Alright, moving on. Pope Kanye or chopped head.
I
Oh,
want to see Pope Kanye.
yeah, I want to see Pope Kanye. I'm kind of.
Let's go. Elected as new Pope. Let's go. Go. Not AI at all, bro. This one's real.
Yeah, this one's definitely real. Oh my god. Look at
This is the
him.
most realist one we've seen so far.
I mean, it does make sense with the. Because didn't he release like a I Love God kind of concept album a while ago? Where it was like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember that. Alright, well. That one was cool. Next one. Perfectly cooked steak, delicious, or gangrene infected leg being amputated. Not.
I have heard of gangrene, but I don't know if I've ever actually seen it, so I don't know. I hear it's not pleasant.
I can't imagine it would be. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Oh, thank God it was the
Oh
steak.
boy.
Oh, thank God.
Nah, bro,
That
that's not a
looks
steak.
great.
That's the gangrene. That's the gangrene leg, for sure.
Yeah, for those who aren't watching, yeah, he's just oozing out all kinds of juices and shit. It's awful. God damn, does that look
Yeah,
delicious
some
though?
like what, rosemary or something next to him?
Rosemary. Yeah, he's got some
Onion.
rosemary.
Yeah, rosemary.
Yeah, that's definitely whenever they're going to cut off your leg, they put that down next to your leg just to make it smell better, you know? They don't want to smell all
Yeah.
that gross shit coming out of your leg when they got to cut it off. So they put the rosemary there to make it smell better.
They put it in there. They put it in there after the surgery, so that way you'll always smell good on the inside.
Yeah. All right. Soldier from Team Fortress 2 or a propped up corpse. Awesome. Team Fortress 2. Great. Awesome.
He could be a propped up corpse, though. We don't know.
Yeah, you're right about that. We don't know. And also, is this fan art? This kind of looks like fan art. I don't know if
Yeah, it's fan art.
yeah, that's what it looks like. I don't. Have you actually played that game? I know I'm going off
I have
topic here,
not
but
now.
I know it's free. I have it. I just haven't really played it. So, as far as I know, it's like another kind of team deathmatch kind of thing. But
Yeah.
anyway, all right. Ramen noodles or disembodied brain and bowl. Oh, cool. I
What's
suppose.
the difference?
What's the difference? Ramen noodles, right? That is wrong. That. Hmm. Well, now that I'm looking at
Pretty
it,
thick ramen noodles, but
those are some. Yeah, those are some thick ramen noodles. Kind of suspicious looking, if I'm gonna be honest. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. So what do you
oh, yeah,
think?
actual
So
like legit ramen though noodles probably.
yeah, probably because whenever we hear ramen noodles, we think of the instant shit that you get from Walmart or whatever
Yeah.
that you just stick in the microwave or on the stove. Those are probably like more legitimate ramen noodles. All
Yeah.
right. Well, next one: sous vide steak with Italian herbs or giant abdomen tumor. Jesus Christ! If I could fucking speak. Well, I don't like the look of it.
Uh,
That looks like that might not be a steak.
that looks kind of giant abdomen tumor.
Yep, that
Hmm.
is an abdomen. Jesus Christ. Holy shit.
I don't actually know. I've never actually seen a real picture of an abdomen, so I don't know what's the tumor and
It
or if
was
that's the
it
tumor.
was taken on a Galaxy Fold. This
Galaxy
picture.
Z Fold 5.
Yeah, that is crazy.
It was on the commercial. You didn't see it, bro?
Yeah, you want to take pictures of fucking ginormous abdomen tumors? You've come to the right
I feel
place.
like that stuff they say not safe for life, but I feel like it's kind of all right because like you might have some people might have seen like if you've seen animal guts and stuff before, it's not that bad. I would
Right.
say it'd be not safe for life if there was a dude there and it was hanging out of his stomach.
Right, that would
Then
be not suitable for life.
probably
Freddy Fazbear or a skinned human corpse. Well, the way
that
that's
does
blurred,
not
that's
look like
looking
enough
like
of a
Freddy
shape for Freddy.
Fazbear. Yep, there he is.
Oh, it is.
There he is. Horror, 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 horror. Horror, 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 horror. Anyway. I have like one video
Look his
of me
nose.
playing that game on my channel, and that's it. And it was years
That's
ago.
one of the few games I won't. That's one of the few games I won't play. I can't. I never really liked the style of that. I don't mind watching people play it, but actually playing it, I would end up getting too bored.
Yeah, because eventually it gets to a point where it's like just repetitive.
And yeah, and then it's just kind of it's too stressful for me. Now the newer games where it's not just that, then I would probably play those, but
Right.
I can't do the whole camera thing.
Yeah, no, that. Yeah. Well, and plus,
And the further
it's
they
kind of
got in
been
the games,
spoiled.
where you had to do more where you had to do like more tasks and stuff, and like some of them were just ridiculously took too long. I was
Right.
like, no, because if I die from a doing a task that takes like 5 minutes to do, like I'm just gonna rage quit then. Like I'm too impatient.
Right. Yerp. Alright. So, next one. It's either a beautiful corpse. Wait, what? Is that supposed to say corpse or. Wait,
I
coat?
think it's a beautiful corpse or disgusting corpse. So one that's basically ready for burial, or
One that's
one that's
rotting.
not.
Huh? What?
Oh,
Copes?
cops must be a different
Yeah, it's gotta be
word
a
for a group
different
of trees or
word.
something.
Yeah, that is pretty. That's beautiful. Give that an upvote.
That is.
Red
Oh
tennis
boy.
ball or eye cancer. Something tells me it's gonna be eye cancer. I really hope it's not, but
I feel like it will be.
oh, oh,
Ugh.
it was eye cancer.
You know what the worst part about that is? Is like I've had it to where like I've had like just a tiny little, I don't even know what it was, but it was like just they're about to have an eyelash in their eye too
Yeah.
at the bottom there.
Yep.
But like I've just had like a little tiny bump underneath my eyelid before and stuff, and that stuff hurts
Yeah.
when your eye goes across it and stuff. So I know that thing's gotta be uncomfortable.
definitely. All right. How you feeling? Are you queasy yet?
Nope.
Nope. Nope. I'm not either. Let's fucking get it. All right. What the fuck is that? Cheekaboo dancing? What the hell is a cheekaboo? Hold on. I'm gonna have to look this up.
I have no idea.
What the hell is it? A cheekaboo? Oh, it's some kind of animated creature. I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. It's okay. It's an animated creature. Okay, so either a cheekaboo dancing or a guy with a skull showing after splitting his head open. Well, it was the cheekaboo.
Oh, it's that? Okay. I was actually curious because I was like, I might have to look it up then if it's not.
Right? Wow, look at
Go up a
that.
bit.
You don't have to. Yeah, look it up after I'm cleaning my vomit off the floor. Even though we both already said that it's not making us queasy, so.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. Juicy ripe apple on moss or exposed cut on a man. It was the apple. Nice.
That's a juicy ripe apple.
Yeah, that is one juicy apple. I'd put that in my mouth. Anyway. What?
The whole thing?
Maybe not the whole thing. I might have a big mouth, but it's not that big. All right. Whatever. What word is that? Diluc? Diluc? I don't know
I
how
think
to.
it's Diluc.
Diluc?
I think it's Diluc. I've seen the name before, but I cannot think of what it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. So it's
Sounds
either
familiar. Like, I
Diluc.
feel like I've seen that exact spelling before.
Yeah, so it's either Diluc burst art or an irradiated insides. Beautiful. Oh, it's a
Oh,
character. It's a character.
is it,
It might
is
be. It's
it,
either
no.
Genshin,
I wanted
Honkai.
to say Genshin, but
I don't know.
I want to say it's Genshin. I feel like
It's
that's where I've heard the
Genshin.
name before.
It's Genshin. I looked it up.
It is?
Yep, it's
Okay.
Genshin. Okay, cool. Well, we
For
just
my
exposed.
Genshin
Yeah.
player friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've played that game.
I never played it. I always thought it was interesting and whatnot, like especially the mechanics and stuff, but like if it wasn't as horny as what it is and whatnot, then maybe I would.
Yeah.
But
All right, time for either a broken down trampoline or Kobe Bryant's death scene. Something tells me they wouldn't be able to get that. I don't know, maybe, but oh,
okay, yeah, so I was figured it'd probably be like an aerial view.
holy shit.
That's not that. Scroll back up. What did it say? Portal.
Kobe
Oh,
Bryant's death.
NSFW. I mean, I guess it's technically not safe for work, but like you honestly, you have no idea what it all
Right.
is. Kobe's over there then.
Unless if that red is like blood from the.
That would be like, yeah.
That sucks. I had heard about that because it wasn't just him, it was like his daughter too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That sucks. Alright, a lovely choir singing or infected open heart surgery. Delicious. Oh, it was a choir singing. Cool.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah! It's raining men. Oh, is that it? Oh, wow. It's not scrolling anymore. Not sure
What?
why. Well, because I did do top of this month, so
Oh.
that was what I did. All right, now we gotta go extreme. Now we gotta go top all time. Because these ones are the ones that people probably
Yeah, that's what
put up
everyone
on
always reacts
purpose.
to.
All right, because I have a feeling these ones are going to be a little bit more extreme. This top one's from 5 years ago. Okay, so it's either driver evades spike strip like a pro, or a skater splits his head open.
I think this one's evade.
It might be.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it
I've seen
is.
this
Look
video.
at him.
Okay. I say I've seen enough Reddit 50/50 ones in the past that I might remember some of these.
Dang. I haven't seen that one. Huh. Oh, this is also probably going to be more extreme because if they're videos and it's more than just a picture.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Alright. Man getting eaten alive by a shark or man dancing with shark? Oh, couldn't be found. Okay. Well.
Oh, it's gone now.
Well, goodbye. Alright, well, we don't have to look at that one. Alright. One of the world's worst documented cases of eczema or 1800s couple trying not to laugh during their portrait.
Of course.
Aw, that's adorable. That's adorable.
And the reason why they can't laugh is because they have to stay. You had to stay still the entire time. That's what makes it hard not to laugh.
I know.
You have to just sit there silently, an
Aw.
expression.
Well, especially because you figure back whenever like cameras were first invented, you know, there was probably also the like the flash or whatever, like people getting used to there being like a flash in your face whenever they go to take the picture or something. I don't know, because I feel like even with a painting, like there would still be that like you have to sit still. But with painting, you can't really capture those moments of them like breaking and laughing or whatever. But with photos, you can.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that was wholesome. Time for something else.
And that's
man.
where it ends.
Yeah, and that's where it ends. Everything else from here, it's all bad, horrible. Don't look away. Just protect your little sweet baby virgin eyes. All right. Man falls to his death after attempting to fly. Lovely.
Actually, it says dead.
Dead. Oh, well, yeah, you're right.
Man
But
falls to his dead.
yeah, well, whoever wrote this doesn't fucking know English, I guess. Group of school kids dancing for a pigeon.
I kind of want to see the pigeon.
Aww.
That's the pigeon. Unless someone just drops out of nowhere. It could be both.
They're dancing for the
I don't know if
pigeon.
they're dancing for it. I mean, at that point, that pigeon probably just thinks, "Uh-oh, I'm surrounded," and they're doing a ritual.
Yeah, he looks.
Then
He's
more show
probably
up.
terrified. Oh my god.
He's getting stunted on, bruh.
Oh no, they're doing Fortnite dances.
No, they're emoting on him. He was just trying to live. He just wanted some crumbs.
I know. All right. Beautiful forest and mountain drive, or aftermath of a cartel ripping a man's heart out. Oh, that's lovely.
Mm.
Oh, okay,
Ooh,
cool.
that is really beautiful.
That is,
I love the red.
yeah, that is beautiful. I can't upvote it. Okay, cool.
I think it's because it's so old. Yeah, whenever it
Probably.
has that yellow on there, it's like,
It's
yeah, it's
archived.
too far. Yeah, it's too far. I'm back. You can't.
Yeah. All right. A beautiful neighborhood, or man gets electrocuted until his head falls off on the side of the roof. That's
Oh, what are the
wonderful.
choices? Oh.
Oh, great.
Oh, so he's currently being electrocuted, I think.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh,
That is.
that person just drove on by. They're like, nope, I didn't see nothing.
So, my question is how the fuck do people get videos of this shit? Like, who. Why. Like, this is
Oh, because
why.
he definitely he had obviously been there and been, like they must have seen the smoke and stuff and realized that he was like that.
Right.
And so he had to have been there for a while and whatnot. I mean, for that to happen and whatnot, as soon as he started to fall and stuff, like, yeah, he would have had to been crispified.
Yeah.
At
Damn.
that point, though, if I was the person driving by, I would just assume, oh, it's one of those prank vids, like one I sent you before,
Right. Yeah.
of,
That
of the
definitely
fake
seems a
dog
lot more
going off stuff. Like,
extreme.
yeah, you're like, I just want to keep on driving. I'm just going to pretend it was fake, and we're just going to move on.
Right. At that, well, I mean, and it. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's fake? Does it look fake? Hold on. I'm gonna.
No, it's probably actually real.
Man, that sucks.
No, that definitely is moving a decent bit like a person would somewhat. Yeah.
God damn, that is
Yeah.
gnarly.
No.
That is, God.
The worst part is that's the head right over there. So like
Yeah,
that person drove by, the head's probably look. It's even worse if the head's looking out at you.
right. God, I can't imagine. All right. Well, next one is either a man getting stabbed and shot for obstructing marching routine, or a funny guy makes Queen's Guard laugh.
Sometimes when they get elaborate like that,
So I'm standing here.
Okay.
I'm only here for a couple minutes.
So how long do you know this man?
30 years.
30 years you've been together and you've been to school where?
School? Kensington.
Hogwarts. You've been to Kensington together? And you've learned, did you learn martial arts together?
Yeah. I
And,
had this guy's sword.
well,
I know him. He was never talkative. I remember in school. He used to sit by himself and read books. I was just this guy fooling around and having fun. He was just reading. You were asking questions. You answer with his head. Yeah, no, yeah, no. What's your name? No. What? Is that a name? Shake of a head is not a name. Please say your name. And by recess, you know, you're just this guy hanging out. His mother always picked him up from school. You know, he's that type of guy until he was 20. His mother picked him up from school.
really is funny.
Gotta love it. All
I wonder
right.
what it's like though when that happens because they are supposed to keep a straight face and stuff. But like when they break and then it gets posted, I wonder if they actually do end up getting punished or like fired.
Yeah, I don't know. Not sure.
I guess it depends on how long they were holding it and stuff.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that is a little bit harsh in my opinion to like, fire
You're
him or
getting,
something.
on one hand, you kind of get like paid to stand around do nothing all day, but at the same time, it's like, dude, no way I could stand all day and not do anything.
Right, and like just keep a straight face the entire time.
Like you think your shifts are long, man?
Right. Yeah.
Imagine having nothing to do the entire time to distract you.
Right. Well, that was a little bit wholesome. Now it's snap back to reality. It's either a Bob Ross painting.
There goes gravity.
Yep, there goes gravity, or a decomposing corpse. Oh, it's Bob Ross. Look at that.
It is.
Wow.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
A nice
Yeah.
painting, though.
Yeah, it is a nice painting. All right.
It was like an Alice in Wonderland landscape.
So it's either a lion mauls multiple people to death, or a lion gets all the pets.
It gets all the pets. That would be
I
what
want
this
all
is.
the
Yep.
pets. I want all the pets. All the pets.
Usually with live leak,
Aw.
it's a bad thing, but this time
Oh,
it's good.
no, look at him. Actually, her, because that's a lioness. That's not a lion. That's a lioness.
Mhm.
No. That's so cute. No.
Part is, even if they don't mean to harm you and stuff, they could just accidentally nick you with like their claws, and now you're just bleeding out.
Dude, I know. That's fucking... God, that's scary. Like, in reality, if you're in that situation, so for anybody who's listening and not watching, it's that one video of the people, I guess, on a safari, and the lion runs and jumps in the vehicle that they're in, and they're all petting it, and all that fun, cute little animal stuff. But in reality, that's got to be scary whenever that happens, because you figure you just see that coming and you're like, oh shit, that lion's running right at us. So you don't know.
It was scary. One, you see it running up to you, right? But imagine being the one person that it first initially got to, okay, and that it jumped on.
Right.
Like, let's see who it is. Right
That
there.
person.
That
Oh
person
my
right there,
God.
they thought it was the end. They thought they were done.
Yeah, they
okay?
probably thought they were
See,
dead.
if it had audio, she was screaming for her life probably. She thought she was done.
It says it has audio, but it's not playing anything, so it's probably just a GIF.
Yeah.
Also, do you say GIF or GIF?
It's GIF.
Yep, GIF. End of discussion. Alright. Next one. Aftermath of
Oh,
a
this post is from Tomato Shrek.
tomato Shrek. This one better be a nice one. Better not be no shit. Okay, anyway. Aftermath of a brutal suicide bombing in Kabul, or happy Muslim man enjoying his visit to the Kaaba. Kaaba? I don't know how to pronounce that. I am so sorry if I mispronounced that. Nice. Oh my
That
god.
man's buff.
Look at this dude. God damn.
He gonna lift the whole place.
Holy shit.
Look at the dude right there to his left behind.
Yeah,
Right
look
there,
at-
dude.
look
That dude is like, whoa.
Yeah, those two guys are looking at him like,
The guy's
holy.
like, why are you here? And then this one, the other one is just like, whoa. And it also looks, oh, okay, it's because he's walking. I was gonna say, it looks like that dude back there only had one leg.
Yeah, it does.
It looks like he has one foot until you realize that the other one's off frame.
It looks like he's growing a tail back there.
Yeah.
Oh, man. God, he is buff. Jesus. Alright. Delicious
That's for
salmon
all of-
dinner. God, I really need to go back to English class. What the fuck, bro? Or fish gets cut open and a surprise comes out. I don't like the sound of that.
I think this is the fish one. That's the fish one.
Check this weird out.
I never actually got to see what it was. I think that it came out of it. I think it's another fish.
What we think it is. We're going to tell you what it is right now.
You guys think it is?
I'm not going to tell anybody what I think it is.
I think it's a frisbee.
I think it's something that swims, and it's round and likes to sit on logs.
Oh, crabs.
Is it a frog?
Not a crab.
I don't know if anyone can hear this, but...
Yeah, it is pretty quiet.
Get in there and figure it out.
Oh, God.
Oh, look at the size of this
No,
bluegill.
we're
Oh,
wrong.
my
Yes,
God.
it's another
We thought it
fish.
was a turtle.
Damn.
It was just recently ate.
Damn. That wasn't that bad,
Big,
though.
big fish for that fish, though.
That wasn't that bad, though.
Imagine, bro, you basically call it 2 for 1 right there.
Right? Imagine catching that. You know, you catch a fish. What's this? Oh, it's another fish. It's not a salmon, but hey, I'll take it.
We're eating good tonight, boys.
Yeah. That's not that bad.
Well, I think it's just not safe for work because, you know, you're cutting open a fish.
Right. Yeah. All right. Next one. Oh, boy. Shootout in Lower Manhattan or a construction worker with machine guns.
Construction worker with machine gun. Yeah, because it would definitely sound like it.
Yeah, I don't think there's any audio because I don't have it muted. That's funny. That'd be some shit you would do if you worked on a construction site, I feel like. You'd see that, you'd be like, huh. Getting bored, there's nothing to do. Wonder. Alright, it's either...
Here, boys, time to have some fun.
Yeah, it's time to have some fun. Alright, it's either a beautiful and breathtaking cherry blossom or a person's entrails all scattered in the highway after terrible accident. Well... Okay, thank God it was the
my.
cherry blossoms. They're pretty.
They are breathtaking.
Wow. Look at that. So beautiful. I love cherry blossoms.
They're great and all, and then you go walking down the path and you're like, oh my gosh, there's just so many leaves and petals on the ground.
Yeah. Or you go
And
to see them.
it's really a problem when it rains.
Yeah, or you go to see them and then like all the trees are barren and you're like, bruh.
Yeah.
Luckily we
There's
got
nothing
to
on
see them this year. We went to see them and they were still blooming. So that was nice. Very pretty, especially in person. All right, next one. It's
Yeah.
people cooking and eating rats in Asia. Ew. Or a rat with good personal hygiene.
Good personal hygiene. See, look at it. He's getting all clean.
Oh, look at him. Oh, he's so cute. Oh my God. Oh. He's even washing his ass. Oh my god, that was adorable. Man. Never thought that I'd see a rat cleaning himself, but here we are.
Now you have.
Yep, now I have. Alright, it's either a ring made out of human bones or a ring made out of Pringles. Pringles. Yes.
Oh, wow.
I don't see why the bones would be not suitable for work, though. Unless if they, like, have
And
human tissue
well,
on
it's
them.
made out of human bones.
Yeah. I don't know. Alright, it's either inside a beautiful $80 million Bel Air mansion or man gets stabbed
They're
twice
either
in
in-
airport.
Either in the Banks house from Fresh Prince
Yeah.
or main. Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Wait, is
yeah.
this... Oh my god.
Yeah.
The fuck? Bruh.
And at first he didn't even realize what he had done either. Like, he thought he just like hit him in the chest with his fist or whatever.
Holy shit.
That's what it looked like at first.
God damn.
Where was that at?
I don't know. And just in some
Oh,
airport.
probably London.
Holy shit.
Most likely
No,
London.
we probably can't watch this one because it's a Jiffy cat.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a praying mantis eating a murder hornet, not safe for life. Like, bro, have you never seen insects eat each other? Like, come on.
Right. Well, that's no worse than, I don't know if you've heard of it, but there is something called a tarantula hawk wasp. Fuck those little fuckers because they are scary. They're basically like if Alien was in real life, but with between wasps and tarantulas. Have you ever heard of the tarantula hawk wasp?
Maybe I'm not. I don't think I have. At least not that I've seen.
So it's a wasp that lives in Australia, of course. I think it's like 2 inches. Like the wasp is 2 inches long, and what it does is whenever the female is pregnant, it'll find a tarantula, paralyze it, bring it down into its hole because it burrows underground, and while the tarantula is still alive, like it's paralyzed but it's still alive, it will plant its egg, I think, on top of the tarantula, and then whenever that egg hatches, it eats the tarantula. Like it goes inside of it and it starts eating it from the inside out while it's still alive. And then whenever
so
it's
4
ready
inches in
to,
length.
and then whenever the larva is ready to hatch, it bursts out like a fucking chest burster.
Yeah.
So, I will now forever side with spiders over wasps because fuck that.
Yeah. You said 2 inches. They can grow up to 4 inches in
God,
length.
Jesus, I didn't know about. Oh my.
That's the one thing though, right? So people get that's. People think, oh, this isn't. Like, oh, we're cruel and whatnot and stuff. Like they get on us about animal cruelty and all that, and what's humane and what isn't. And then, but if you actually look up like anything about insects and actually watch documentaries on it and stuff, dude, they are brutal.
Yes.
Like it is like majority of most insects and stuff will just paralyze you and eat you while you're still alive.
I know, it's fucking wild.
Like you usually just get ate while you're still alive and stuff. Like, and like either that or you get your insides melted or something. Like it's
Right.
all insane.
Dude, it's fucking insane what some of these creatures can do. Like, they're like, did you know the Komodo dragon? Like, its poison, whenever it bites you, because its saliva is poisonous, like it breaks down the meat on your bones. Like,
Yeah, I've heard of that.
yeah, like there's this guy that I watch, which is how I found out about the tarantula hawk wasp, and he does a lot of like animals, like animal facts and stuff, and the way that he does it is really funny. But he was talking about the Komodo dragon, and he showed like, it wasn't a really long video, it was like a time-lapse thing, and it was only for a few seconds, but it showed how the Komodo dragon's poison broke down like the meat in its prey, like whenever it's exposed to whatever, like muscle and stuff, and how it breaks it down. And I was like, Jesus, that looks awful.
Yeah, because I remember hearing from it at a young age and whatnot, how dangerous the saliva and just the mouth of Komodo dragons were and stuff.
Oh yeah, because their mouth is like full of bacteria, like it's full
it's
of
like
bacteria.
just chock full of it.
Yeah. Oh man. So I don't know. You want to go for a little bit longer? Just because.
Yeah.
Just because it. I mean, it's. I think a lot of it is just desensitized. I feel like we're really desensitized to this kind of stuff because, you know.
Probably the most traumatic thing was watching a dude get stabbed, but.
Yeah, that was probably the worst because that's the more like, what the fuck. But. Yeah. Ah, yes. Beautiful Japanese pink blossom trees. Okay, next one. Beautiful nature. Alright, maybe just do some lightning ones. Oh, no. Well,
no, that's not nature.
Nope, that's not nature. That's... Holy shit.
Yeah, they were gone.
Yeah.
In an instant.
They left the chat. Alright, next one. I'm not even going to look at... Oh. Oh?
Oh, yeah, it was the cute tiny shovel.
Yeah, it's a cute tiny shovel. Aw, that's cute.
Poor guy with his... But you didn't even see what the other option was.
No.
Hey, man, beautiful view on Mount Fuji. That's of Mount Fuji.
Yeah, that's of. That's not on.
Not on. Like, it wouldn't be there. You wouldn't be able to see that much of it if you were on it.
I'm more concerned about the other one. Girl doing upside down volcano and shits all over her friend. What the fuck is that?
That would have been funny to see. I don't know what that upside down volcano is, but just to poop on your friend.
It's almost like Two Girls, One Cup. I haven't actually seen it, but I've heard plenty. Okay. Oh, God. Uh-huh. Holy shit. God damn.
Dang, bro.
Damn. Holy shit.
And he's still talking to me, so he's still alive.
That sucks. Oh my god, that sucks. You know, I just realized that I'm saying all this shit out loud. And YouTube is probably gonna be like, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You're gonna have to censor some words.
Yeah, I'm not really that worried about whatever. I mean, I'll censor the video, but as far as myself, I'm not really too worried about it, just because I don't get monetized anyway, so it's not like I gotta worry about getting demonetized.
Yeah, the only time you have to worry about is later on if you do start getting monetized.
Right. Alright. Oh no. That poor thing. That poor rat.
Man, it was in the barrel degrease, so the skin's gone, or the fur's gone, but you can just see through it, man.
That poor thing.
Actually kind of cool.
I mean, that does look cool, but also imagine how much pain that must have been for that little guy. God.
Well, it probably ended up drowning in it.
Probably.
Or yeah, unless it was more acidic stuff. Oh yeah. He got juked, bro.
Get juked by a gazelle. Dude, gazelles are no joke. They're
one...
so fucking fast sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen one recently of like a wild boar or whatever, and it went into like 3 wrong different areas, right? It escaped like a crocodile or something, and then it had to run away from lions real quick, and then there was a pack of hyenas surrounding it, and it was like, bro, went to 3 wrong places.
Damn. All right, this one. Ooh, that probably took a long time to make. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
It's a
I wish I was creative enough for that.
I know. I wish I was too. The only time I'm creative with Legos is Did someone just drive by your house?
Someone drove by.
Okay, I thought you were playing a game or something, and I was like, that more like sounds like someone's driving by his house. But
Yeah, as a
anyways,
kid, I wanted to be creative and do certain things with Legos, but I never actually had like any of the mechanical pieces somewhat that allowed you to spin and all that for most of my Legos. So I was like, I can't do anything
right.
because I don't have the right pieces to be able to set anything up.
Yeah, that's the only thing. One, mine is like creativity too. Like I can't think of,
Yeah,
what's a
the other
good.
thing was creativity for me also.
Yeah. The only thing I'm creative with is my edits and some of my videos. But other than that,
I've realized that when during my streams and stuff too, that I I don't want to have to use a face cam, well, mainly because I can't since I stream from the Xbox and stuff. But
right,
what's that?
it's a it's a
Terracotta penguin.
it's a
I think I
Tara
might have seen that
penguin.
before.
That's pretty.
But yeah, like I realized that a lot of my like how my humor would be and stuff and reactions actually needs a face cam and stuff to be able to see it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really that worried about a face cam, but at the same time, it might be nice. I don't know. I'm contemplating it,
Yeah, I
especially
just know
because.
it's like I would have to figure out how to sync everything up
Right.
and
Yeah.
whatnot.
There's that too.
Stuff and I know my reactions are usually what I rely on.
Yeah. Yep. I was gonna say mine. I think it's some of it's my reactions, but I think a lot of it is just the dumb shit that comes out of my mouth when I'm playing a game.
Yeah.
Like the Scully ones. Oh my god, I don't know what it is, but anytime I get in that game, it's just it flips a switch and I just go ballistic. Especially, I really liked the bits in both of them where I had him in my hand and I brought him up to my face and went like made kissing sounds or whatever, and then I like pixelated the screen to make it look like something was happening.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things that like I've seen other people do whenever they aren't actually doing anything but they're making noises or they're like insinuating something and then they blur the screen or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
Ugh. What is this?
burglar shot with birdshot.
First
Ugh.
shot. Ooh.
Ouch. All right. I'm probably gonna just stop it there just cuz
Okay.
yeah, it's not really, doing much.
It's not hitting today.
No, it's not hitting today. It's really not hitting today. But I think most of it's probably just because, you know,
Yeah,
desensitized.
desensitization stuff.
Yeah. But, and plus a lot of it, like some of it looked fake. Like some of it you could definitely tell, like, yeah,
Yeah.
that looks real. But some of it looked fake. And then, there was the ones that weren't traumatizing or anything. Or weren't
Yeah.
meant to be traumatizing, I guess. But, yeah. That.
After like the random things you find while just scrolling through like Instagram Reels or something, and like seeing like just people get unalived and stuff. Like it's just like wow,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
as bad. It's still kind of traumatizing, but
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard that Instagram can be a little bit more unfiltered than the other ones sometimes.
it is.
But, like there was I don't know if you've heard of him, but this guy that I watched, Daz Black, he switched from reacting to TikToks to Instagram Reels. And some of the ones that are on there, yeah, they're pretty bad. They're pretty
Yeah.
offensive.
Instagram is like unhinged.
Yeah.
It's like 'cause everyone's more focused on TikTok and stuff that no one really uses them at Instagram as much as they use TikTok. So
Right.
like people just get away with a lot more.
Right. They're not really paying attention to it because it's not as big as TikTok.
Instagram comments though, now that is you can tell they know how little people used to be on there and stuff because like it is not monitored at all.
No, no. Some of those Instagram comments are fucking like there was one that Daz had watched and it was something about like a dad with his son and they were in the kitchen and I think they were cooking or doing something and the caption on the video said, "What would you do if this was your son or whatever?" And the son was obviously like, you know, excuse me, clearly like, you know, dancing and shit, and kind of insinuating that he might turn out to be gay because he was a little bit younger, so it's kind of hard to tell. But the way that he was acting, he wasn't being very masculine, is the point of it. And the dad had a disappointed look on his face, and then there was like, it's one of those stupid fucking like Sigma or whatever, not really Sigma, but like hit the screen went black and white, and it was doing this stuff like insinuating that the dad was disappointed in the son. And even that, like, that's whatever, it's not okay, but at the same time it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
The fucking comments on that video, because I went and looked for it, are fucking horrendous. Like, people were saying shit about like he needs to be signed up for adoption, or he needs to be beaten, or he needs to be like killed, and it's just like, what the fuck is wrong with people these days? Like, so what if
People
he's
literally
gay?
just say anything on Instagram comments.
Dude, well, and they were being like, you could tell that they were being serious about it, like they weren't,
Yeah.
and it's just, it's
What gets me is the people who will make comments and stuff like that, but then like, there are people too, like even on the ones where you can tell that they're trolling or whatever and stuff. But I'm like, bro, why are you using your actual legit profile, like personal one, and with your face like as your profile picture too?
right, yeah. Well, I mean, and it's not even that, it's just people being fucking ruthless, and it'd be one thing if they were trolling, but they definitely weren't. Like, with the comments that was on that one, they were not trolling. And it's like, it's fucking 2025. If a kid wants to be gay, just let him fucking be gay. Like, he's not hurting anybody. Like, I don't know. I've never really agreed with that. I've always thought, just let people be who they are, as long as they're not trying to force it on you and they're not hurting anybody. Leave them alone. Like, there's nothing wrong with them being who they want to be. Like, in certain aspects, it's getting really ridiculous. Like, people just can't be who they want to be.
I know when I was growing up and stuff though, right? I knew that I wasn't gay and whatnot, but I could tell that like a lot of times the way I acted and whatnot was definitely coming off as gay, especially since I had gotten into like floral stuff and all that. But like I knew that I wasn't and whatnot. And I was like, believe it or not, you can act that way but not be it.
Right. And that's the thing that gets me. I think I even talked about this with my friend Ron in one of the earlier episodes. But you can be a man without being completely masculine. People think that men have to be completely masculine, and if you're not, then you're either gay or you're not a real man, or you're not acting like a man, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or that, like, men can't be vulnerable, air quote, or men can't, show their emotions, you're not supposed to cry if you're a man. And it's all bullshit, obviously, because, no one, who said that? Society? Like,
Yep.
that's exactly who said that. Like, there is no law or anything saying that. It's people. People are just saying that to each other because it's what they believe, and it's completely wrong. But, people aren't going to change. Unfortunately.
That's one thing people gotta realize though, is that like as much as you want to, you can change some people, but majority of the time
They're going to
there's
stay.
no point.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can like somewhat passively try to change them or something, like express your opinion and all that. But
Right.
you can't keep trying. You can't just keep trying to force somebody to change.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way,
They
unfortunately.
have to have an actual personal experience in order for them to change and whatnot, not just someone yelling at them.
Right, yeah. And that's where both sides kind of go wrong. Because, the one side is in the wrong for, acting a certain way and being a certain way. But then the other side is in the wrong depending on how you go about it. Like, you can't just force them to change. You can't just, like you said, you can't yell at them and then expect them to be a different person. Like, it doesn't work that
I'll
way.
see videos online and stuff, right? And like it'll be like people that might be in like the pride community and all that. And it'll just be them purposely going out of their way because they know someone doesn't like the pride community or whatever, So like they purposefully do things to make them mad or like mess with them on purpose, and I'm like, you're not helping
No.
at all. Like
Yeah.
I get, it's messed up that they don't like the community and stuff, but like you're literally just giving them a reason not to like it, and you're literally just validating whatever opinion they might have about you at that point. And
Exactly.
stuff is like you're just making things worse
You're
and whatnot. Getting revenge is not the best thing.
No,
Like
it's not.
torturing some torturing someone and pulling pranks on them all because you don't agree with them and whatnot and stuff. That's not going to convince them.
No. Nope, it certainly will not. Yeah, I've
Like
never.
you could literally just not just avoid the person if anything. Like you're purposely just putting them in your life at that point.
Yeah.
You're
Yep.
going out of your way to give them the attention.
Yep, and they don't deserve it. If they're being hateful and shit, they don't deserve that. Like, fuck that. But yeah, you're totally right. Like I don't know, I've never agreed with that, like getting revenge on people. It just seems so pointless
Yeah.
to me because it's an endless cycle, you know. They do something to you.
It's just like,
You do
and they
something to
do like,
them, and then they do something back
whenever
to
they do
you.
like a quick.
So,
Yeah, when they do something to you, then you do something back. It's a little bit different, but at, and at the same time, though, it's like if you go out and you go to like do a protest or something, right? Or like like the random crazy groups that go out and just get up in people's faces about it
yeah.
and whatnot and stuff, and be like you're in the wrong and blah blah blah. Like that's not right because you cannot like something or have your opinion, right? Because it still goes both ways. It still goes for both sides, right? Neither side should be going like it's not okay for you to just go out of your way to see someone that you don't agree with
Right, going
and
out of
just
your way
harass
to
them
hate on
basically.
someone. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Like if you can like make a face or whatever when you walk by them or something, like whatever, but physically stopping to talk to them and like say hateful things and whatnot,
right.
like there's no point in doing that.
Right. And yeah, that's why a
Of
lot
course,
of
that
it
goes for
keeps
both
happening.
sides, no matter what side you're on.
Right, yeah, it does. It does. It doesn't matter which side you're on, whether you're on the ethical or the unethical or the conservative or the, whatever. Doesn't matter. Like both sides you can handle it a lot differently than what you do sometimes. So, yeah, I definitely think that there's always a right way and a wrong way to go about things. I'm not saying that, protesters shouldn't protest, but if they're going to do shit like that and get in people's face and physically like do something to someone, then they don't need to be protesting in public like that. They need to be, keep it to yourself if you're not going to keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's not like just because someone doesn't agree with you doesn't mean you have to bully them into
Yeah,
believing.
physically trying to start a shouting match with them doesn't do anything.
No, it doesn't work. That just further makes them think that you're an asshole. Like,
Yeah.
that's all that does is it makes them think you're being an asshole about it, so they're definitely not going to agree with you. That's why I believe in more like I guess you would consider it to be diplomatic solutions, like where you actually sit down and talk about it. I think that's what
Yeah.
a lot of places in certain situations need. Like you just need to be like, look, we need to
Yeah.
sit down and talk.
This might be. This is probably going to be a little bit controversial of what I'm about to say, but like it's just how I kind of look at stuff. I don't get me wrong. In no means is it right. Like it shouldn't have to be a thing and whatnot. Like it's wrong that it is a thing, and it shouldn't be. But like you also have to realize too, right? You need to if you are in an area that is known to be hateful about something, right? And you're part of that something that like they're hateful about, you can't you obviously you should it is upsetting, right? Because it shouldn't be they shouldn't be that way. But you also if you're willingly going there a lot and stuff, um, and it's a lot different, right? Like if you have to go around there because like you got business to do around there or something, right? But
Yeah.
granted, of course, again, it's not right for them to be hating on you and stuff. But like you have to realize too, that's just how that area is going to be.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any change in their minds and stuff.
Right.
Like you have to think about where you're going and stuff. You don't now. Granted, there are situations where you have to go to certain areas like that, and you don't have a choice in it. But like, you have to just be ready for it and don't try and, like if you fight back on it and stuff, then
Right.
it's definitely not gonna help anything. Because like if you're talking about like a whole town that thinks that way, you're not changing anybody's mind.
No, definitely not.
Like
That's
it's not gonna happen
nope.
and stuff.
Unfortunately, I wish there was a way, but
Yeah, you just kind of have to ignore it and whatnot, and just try not to let it get to you.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I was just, I think my main thing is that the reason I can't understand why people act that way is because I'm the kind of person that I can get along with whoever. As long as they're not, you know, a jackass or, evil or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna judge someone or base my opinions on someone based on personal preferences and all this other shit. Like, I don't
Yeah,
care. You
I
want to
mean, 'cause
identify as this or that? Okay, cool. That's whatever. You follow this religion and that religion? Okay, cool. You follow this and this in politics? Okay, cool. Whatever. That doesn't change my opinion on you. And it doesn't make you a horrible person because do this or that, or just because we don't agree. Especially when it comes to, because I was always raised where things you don't talk about with people unless if it's like family is like politics, religion, that kind of thing. And I don't really talk that anyways because I don't really follow it. I know I probably should, but I don't. And I'm not religious, so I definitely don't follow that. And a lot of people would say that that's wrong, but that's just who I am. I'm not religious. I believe in stuff that you can actually prove. And not saying that, any of that stuff can't be proven, because I'm sure it probably could be. It's just, it's my personal, like, I don't follow it. And I'm not shitting on people for
well,
believing what they believe.
the only, I don't have anything against people with whatever their religion and stuff. You can believe whatever you want, right, and stuff. I just, I personally just have a hard time, just with the whole believing thing and stuff. Every now and then, of course, everyone, when there are certain points, you kind of believe a little bit, but when you're in a time of need or something, but like, it's just one of those things where it's like, I've thought about it before and stuff. Like I came to it on my own conclusion, all that. But it's like when religions were first started, it was before we were able to before like all the science stuff that we know now and all that. So it was just made to explain what was going on,
Right.
stuff that happened,
Yeah.
and plus it was especially the further you go back and stuff, it was good practice too for like it gave you a reason to continue living and whatnot and something to look forward to after death, basically.
Right. And that's part of the reason
And
why I
and it
don't
was yeah,
judge people on it, because
it's
it
like
does give them that
it's
faith.
meant to make it's meant to make death a lot easier on you
Right.
and to be more hopeful afterwards and stuff about it. But because like I said, they needed explanations for certain things because like no one believes in. I wouldn't say no one, but I'd say I'd probably make majority of people. Like you go back to like ancient Greek gods and stuff. Like a lot of people, like most religions now, they just focus on one god.
Right.
I think that's like what monotheistic. Then the other
Something like
polytheistic
that.
ones, majority of people nowadays don't really accept because they're like, there's not multiple,
Right.
there's only one. You know,
I was gonna say it does depend though, because there
There's-
are some religions. I think possibly Hinduism believes in multiple gods. They might not. They might only believe in one god. But I know that
I
there's
can't
still.
remember all of them.
I know there's definitely some like pretty popular religions where they do believe in multiple gods. But
Yeah,
it just depends on the religion, and it depends on where it originated and all of that stuff.
yeah,
And it's not wrong, obviously. The thing that
yeah.
bugs me
There's nothing
though,
wrong with it.
there's nothing wrong with it. The only thing that bothers me is whenever they try to force it on you, or
Yeah,
whenever like certain people that follow religion will base their opinion on you based on the fact that you don't believe what they believe. So,
yeah,
that whole because they're not all like this, but there are some Christians that, you know, if you don't follow the Christian way, they're like, well, you're gonna go to
Yeah.
hell and stuff. Not all of them are like that. They're not. I've known one that was like that, and unfortunately, he was my own flesh and blood. And there was a whole lot of shit that came up with him that was just bad. But even with that experience, I don't judge other Christians based on that, because they're not all like that whatsoever.
Yeah. Like, there's nothing wrong with like having your own religion and stuff, but yeah, that's the main thing is like there's no reason to really try and force it on the people.
Right. Right, yeah, there's no... I mean, you can convince them if you want to, but there's a
You can
difference.
somewhat convince them, but it's a lot like trying to change someone's mind on something, you know, like
Right.
it it depending on how the, you know, like, what's the word?
Influence? I don't
Uh,
know. Yeah.
I feel like it begins with an E or something. Like enveloped, or I can't remember the actual name of it.
Mm. Yeah, I know. Oh, hi,
But
man.
basically how much they are they believe in it and stuff, and how deep they are into it and all of that.
Right.
I guess devoted and whatnot.
Devoted, yeah.
Like, however devoted they are to it and stuff, and how much they accept it and whatnot, is
Right.
going to determine whether or not you can change them stuff. Because if they're really into it, like super devoted to it, you're gonna have a harder time converting them.
Right.
So
Well, yeah, and I didn't even think
if
about
it's like
that.
they were forced to go there as a kid, you know, with their parents to church in the morning or something, you know,
Right.
but they never got fully into it and whatnot, then then it's a lot easier.
Right. Yep. Oh, I think it's been about an hour or so can probably wrap this up. It was nice discussion though. I definitely had a
No,
feeling it wasn't.
either this will either be the most popular one, or it's gonna be what gets us canceled.
Nah, yeah. That's something else I don't really believe in, like canceling someone because they give their opinion. If they're being an asshole about it, then yeah.
Yeah,
And if like,
if you're being a jerk about it and stuff, and like you're clearly hating on other people
right,
because they don't agree with you and stuff, it's different. But like, if you just want to say your opinion and whatnot and stuff, like people shouldn't get mad because they don't agree with them.
right, yeah. That's what irks me is whenever people are jerks about it. But
'Cause
honestly, you could get canceled for
'cause
even
most
fucking breathing
YouTubers,
at this point.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, like most YouTubers and like streamers and stuff, you know, that's why they prefer to like, and that's what I mainly would prefer to do, my stuff and whatnot, is stay away from from
yeah.
topics like that, is just because like it's so controversial and people just take it to extremes.
Yeah, I know. That's why I try to stay away from it too, but sometimes it's just unavoidable. Like whenever it's so controversial and it's so like, you know, out there that everybody is talking about it and everybody is just like, you know, what are your thoughts on this? What is, you know?
You know,
So sometimes.
if we ever become popular, this episode is going to be brought back up. They're going to take clips from this episode and try and use it against us.
Now, see, the ones that they're gonna use against us is the ones of us talking about amputees getting rosemary stuck back in their bodies.
Yeah,
That's what they're gonna take out of context.
they were so insensitive and when they said it and blah blah blah. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
and
just
then
look at the video.
they just completely ignore the whole like religion
Yeah,
and
they're gonna keep the video out of it so that way it looks better.
yeah. Uh, all right. Well, it's been nice talking to you again. Um, I'm Dull Deadpool on YouTube. He is the Almighty Gustavo on Twitch. I'll probably still leave it in the
On YouTube.
description. Yeah. Oh yeah, on YouTube as well. I don't know. Which one would you rather me leave? Your YouTube or your Twitch?
I think your YouTube is better for just long term, always gonna be up there.
Right. Yeah.
But
Alrighty. Well, I'll probably just do
Twitch
that.
is what I kind of stream on, so
Yeah.
I need to actually go back and change all my videos that I posted and put in there. I'm starting to do it now with my ones I was uploading earlier. I need to mark it though as a stream VOD
Right.
because I labeled the playlist as it, but I need to have the actual videos labeled as it.
Right. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Look forward to possibly the final bird gut video coming up, because I don't know when or if I'll get to it anytime soon, but I'm planning on
Wow,
possibly
way to date
editing
the
it.
episode.
Yeah. Yep, it's the final one. It's the final episode. So, stay tuned for that. But, yep, see you guys later.
Bye.